Well, after I realized my phone is daylight, I'm like, how do you do that's why he was
unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Singly laughs don't mean you can ask us. Pushing down the reticence, bringing out your high self. Think of the fun song, pushing down the better view instead of bringing the attitudes to walk the world and have to pick your attitude. Brace yourself, with grace and peace. I know this world and what it seems.
It's unbelievable.
You better me with your questions. You'd have me tell no lies. You're always asking what it's all about. Don't listen to my replies. You say to me I don't talk enough, but when I do I'm a fool. These times I've spent I've realized I'm shivering and leave you. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, in thought I love you more. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Welcome to the big show. He could go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Y'all ready for this?
From high atop the ridge here at the campus of Wickliffe in zip code 44092, the center of the universe. Magic of Friday night begins right here, right now, as tonight the Wickliffe Blue Devils host the Brooklyn Hurricanes from Cleveland, Ohio. Hello, everybody. My name is Frank Foti from the class of 1974, and standing beside me is my brother from another mother from the class of 1975, Marky Mark.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, wonderful, Frank. Awesome evening.
Unbelievable. And, folks, your Wickliffe Blue Devils, let me just tell you, they're coming into this game tonight with a record of 2 wins, no losses. They're facing a team that is yet to see one in the win column, but, you know, you can't take anybody lightly as the Blue Devils open the season out in Oberlin with a, Mark, what the heck was it, 48-0?
That was
victory?
close. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
40. That was a barn burner there, folks. Then last week they traveled East Cleveland, took on the Cardinals at Shaw High, and that was it was a good ball game as the Blue Devils prevailed 24-22. And tonight we'll see what they're doing as this is their home opener here for high school football season year 2025. Your Blue Devils coming off a wonderful year last year where they, playoff activity. Mark and I were down there basically on the border to West Virginia and the Ohio rivers. They lost a close, tough ball game to Toronto High School. Yes, there is a Toronto, Ohio.
You didn't know it until last year.
Didn't know it last year, but we did learn, having been there on a, Friday night, Saturday night, but it was a chilly night. Actually, from where we were in that press box, we could look across the river at traffic traveling in West Virginia. And your Blue Devils almost pulled that one out. And what was a 7-3 season, and the Devils already are off to a 2-0 start and looking for more as they entertain the Hurricanes from Brooklyn. The Blue Devils have a pretty tough ledger this year. And oh, by the way, Mark just handed me an update from ESPN. Contrary to the news reported earlier today, the Wickliffe Blue Devils will not be moving to Brook Park. They will not be moving to Brook Park, but possibly be playing downtown at some point in the AFC North. But speaking of schedules, the Devils this year, they've got in upcoming weeks. We're going to learn a lot about our team because next week they travel to Cuyahoga Heights, which is always a good ball game between the, I believe, the Redskins and the Blue Devils. As that'll be happening next week, an away game. Then they've got 2 in a row, which should be some good games. They'll be back home, and it'll be one of those games where if you're putting money down, I can guarantee you the Blue Devils will win because it'll be Independence Blue Devils here to face our Blue Devils. And that'll be in 2 weeks. And then the week after that will be probably the game of the year for Wickliffe. And that's when the Kirtland Hornets come to town. And if you're familiar with high school football, you know of the legacy of the Kirtland Hornets and Coach Tiger Laverty's teams who've won numerous state championships, as they'll be here. And we'll find out what the Blue Devils are all about. Then the week after that, they travel to Chagrin Falls to play the Tigers. So, the Devils have some upcoming tough ball games that, we'll hopefully they're used tonight as a tune-up, Mark, for the upcoming tough schedule.
Well, tonight, like Frank, they're facing a team that is fast on the outside. They've got a quarterback with a good arm. And since the Blue Devils have played Brooklyn quite a bit over the last few years, being in the same conference and division and the like, they grew up with a lot of these kids. And so did the coaches as well. So we talked to Coach Purcello here a little bit ago, and Mars was talking about their team and the differences and how we've improved, how they've improved, and how he sees the game. And we'll be hearing from Coach here in just a little bit. But, yeah, a nice brisk evening. The wind is actually the flags on top of the goalpost are almost straight, so we'll have to see if that's going to play into the passing game tonight.
Or kicking
game. Kicking game it could affect. But certainly on the passing game, the wind is blowing from west to east here at Wickliffe Memorial Field, and I guess it's going to continue to do that. And you can hear in our microphones the wind.
That you can. Doppler Devil weather has a little bit of cloud cover, 71 degrees. As the sun goes down, it'll be a bit chilly. If you are going to make your way up to Wickliffe Memorial Stadium, I suggest you grab a sweatshirt or a jacket. Mark, I think the pre-sale of this game was about 94,000.
And they're just still streaming in.
They're still streaming in. Yes, they are. So we're glad to have you with us as the webcasts are made possible here in our 21st season by the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. And actually, a lot of activity going on that's alumni associated, and we'll update you there. For those of you, if you may be aware or not, tomorrow night at Wickliffe INA will be the all-alumni reunion. And it'll be going on from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. I believe it'll be, it was $10 ahead in advance. It'll be $15 at the door. And actually, about a month ago, we had the all 70s reunion, and we brought that back to Wickliffe, and that was held at the Wickliffe INA Hall. Wonderful evening of hundreds of folks there that night. And also, we'd like to give a shout out and a welcome to the new superintendent for Wickliffe City Schools, Mike Chachi. And I had a chance to meet with him yesterday. Wonderful individual and carrying on the tradition of excellence here for Wickliffe City Schools. So, Mike, welcome to not only the city of Wickliffe, but Wickliffe City School System, and we wish you all the best.
Yes, that's right. Yep. Haven't had a chance to meet him, and everything's happened so fast, and the months go by. We just left Toronto, I swear to you.
A couple weeks ago.
And
I know.
Here we are back up here for game number 1 on the home schedule for 2025. Down on the field, it looks like captains Frankie Bukar, number 50, Gio Martinez, number 4, Ralph Jackson, number 3, Jimmy Feaster, and number 78 is down there, Nathan Abruzino. They're going to go out for the coin toss, and coming for the Hurricanes, number 10, Enrique Perez, number 44, Justin Lewis, and number 55, Johnny Tresca, as their captains, and they're going to be doing the coin toss here in just a second. I guess we have a minute to look at the coin toss. Wickliffe is in their dark uniforms, their blue jerseys with their blue pants with the gold numbers and the gold stripes down the side of the pants. As the two opponents shake hands at midfield, right in the middle of the W, Blue Devils.
Kickoff slated for 7 o'clock. We'll hear from the Wickliffe Marching Swing Band here shortly. It doesn't appear that Brooklyn has a band here with them, so probably see a long halftime performance by the swing band of Wickliffe.
And the coin just went in the air. And it looks like Wickliffe has won the toss, and they elected to receive. And they'll be receiving at the west end of the field, heading east.
Starting at quarterback is a sophomore, number 10, Mason Vega.
And I guess it's a good time to go over the starting lineup.
Sure.
That is the starting lineup for the defense of your Blue Devils.
This here?
Yes, sir.
So since Brooklyn are the visitors, you want to...
Okay. So the starting offensive lineup for the Brooklyn Hurricanes, at number 76 on the offensive line, Gabriel Gonzalez. Number 72 is Victor Alonso. He's also a senior and on the front line. Brennan Munich, number 60, one of the anchors on that line, as well as number 58, Alex Morales, and number 55, Johnny Tresca, one of the captains on the field. Justin Lewis is number 44. He is the tight end. Giovanni Milan, number 24, is a running back. Number 18 is Shaddai Gibbons. He is a wide receiver. Dominic Pytel, a junior wide receiver. Your quarterback is number 10, Mason Vega. And a wide receiver, Bentley Cox. He's wearing number 4, and he is a sophomore.
All right, and on the defensive side for the Blue Devils, starting at linebacker is number 0, Davion Marlin. Also in defensive back, number 1, Jaden Johnson. Frankie Bukar, number 2, will be in there as a defensive back. Number 3, Jimmy Feaster is in at linebacker. Number 4, Ralph Jackson, who's a senior. He's in there at linebacker. Marquise Roberts, another senior. Number 5 will be in at defensive back. Number 9, Nick Oboski, a junior. He's in there at linebacker. Jade Straley, number 14, will be in at linebacker. And the last 3 here, Gio Martinez, number 50, a senior on the defensive line. And in there with him also on the defensive line, number 54, Trey Jackson, he is a sophomore. And rounding it out as a junior, number 56, Sam Parker on that defensive line. And that'll be your starting defense for the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
And just a little while ago, we had a chance to speak with Coach Mark Purcell, and we've got that interview ready for you. Coach Purcell. Well, here we are back at it, 2025, first home game of the year, third game, coming in with an excellent 2-0 record at home. It's good to be back. It's always good to be back to talk with head coach Mark Purcell. Coach, nice start to the season. You're home. It probably feels good to get 2 under the belt and come home, huh?
Yeah, we played really well the first 2 weeks, I thought. Last week was a really good test for us, and went over to Shaw and, ended up coming out with a win. So, feeling pretty good so far. So, since we started 2 weeks ago, normally it seems like we're here in the middle of August, but here it is, we're in September. Talk about the team, since this is the first home game. Many people listening, first time they're hearing about the team and the players. I know we have some new faces, we have some folks graduate, so can we kind of highlight, go into offense and defense and some of the players and, what you're thinking about them? Sure, yeah. So on offense, actually, we're kind of young, to be honest. We're starting 3 sophomores on our offensive line. We're using a lot of different people in the skill positions. Frankie Buchar is playing quarterback. Dominic Purcell is playing quarterback. Frankie goes out as receiver. And then some veterans that we have, Jimmy Feaster's out there. He's playing receiver this year. Ralph Jackson's getting a lot of carries. We had a couple good players to replace from last year, and these guys are really fitting in really well. So, it's been positive so far, and we're getting the ball distributed to multiple guys on offense. Defensively, I think it's the heart of our team. We returned all 7 up front. Our secondary's new, but last week they were tested, and they played really, really well. Defensively, again, Ralph Jackson is kind of our anchor on defense. So, guys, intensity on defense and just flying around the field. So,
this time of year, and when you come in and, you're with these kids for, some months and weeks now, and you always worry about the fall off and even the improvement that you can make, kids getting older. It doesn't sound like there's much fall off at all of anything. What we've seen these last couple of games, especially with the defensive side of the ball, it just seems like they've really tightened up a lot, and this is a heck of a team going into 2025.
Yeah, the one of the big differences, even from last year, is these guys expect to win. They expect to win football games because they did it. A lot of them did it last year, and so going 7-3, they had a ton of confidence. They worked really hard in the offseason. They knew what was at stake, and they're building their legacy. The seniors, they want to create something special that they're going to do this year.
So, 7-3 last year, and the playoff format has been reduced, the size of teams, so it's going to be much harder to make the playoffs this year. And then looking at the schedule, you've got some really tough opponents, especially the next 2 weeks after tonight. Do you think these guys can do it? I mean, with some quality losses, I don't know if there is such a thing, but the way they judge everything, I know it's tough to look at. It's only the 3rd week, but you always kind of compare the teams. You're sitting around with these coaches and that kind of thing. Can this group do it?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. We got Heights next week. Obviously, that'll be a good test for us. These guys are confident. We beat them last year, and so we practiced against them defensively in the summer. So we've got a plan. We're already ready for them, but we're not looking too far ahead here. We got to continue to get better. We got to beat Brooklyn tonight. But yes, our schedule is more difficult. You got Heights and you got Kirtland and Rootstown's 2-0, and Chagrin Falls is always a good program. So we have some tough opponents in the future. But again, it's week to week, and we're gonna continue to get better. That's a goal this week. Was number 1, get a W, but number 2 is just continue to improve individually. We talked all week about this. Get better at your craft, and we become better as a team.
So from the personnel side, the one last question about the personnel and the kids. There's usually 1, maybe 2, sometimes 3 players that take the jump from last year to this year. And I know we're not necessarily single out players and that kind of thing, but what have you noticed? I mean, your son, for sure.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He put on 25 pounds, and so he's, he grew 3 inches. So he's, he's, as a sophomore, he doesn't look like a sophomore, and he's got a really high football IQ. And so we put him back there, and he runs the ball pretty well, north and south, but he throws the ball really well too. But one guy that stands out to me that's really made some huge strides this year is number 0, Davion Marlin. He plays linebacker for us. He plays a little bit of tight end on offense, but mostly defense. He's had 2 great games. He's improved. He's only a junior, but he's gotten a lot better. So,
speaking of juniors, and he played real well last year as a sophomore. Nick Oboski, how's his season been so far? I guess pretty decent. Huh?
Yeah, good. I mean, he's our Mike linebacker. He was our leading tackler last year as a sophomore. So, I mean, he's a 215-pound kid. He's a thumper. He likes to hit people. So, yeah, I mean, our defense, our front six are really, really good this year. Intense and physical, and we're fast too. So.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about tonight. The Brooklyn Hurricanes come in, a yearly opponent. Annually, you see these guys. You've seen these kids grow up just like they've seen your kids grow up. What have you looked at it from their offense and defense standpoint? Let's start with the offense, and big test tonight for your defense.
Well, I mean they're young as far as their skill guys, but they got some athletes on the perimeter, and I think they're going to try to throw the ball a little bit, and we have to not give up big plays tonight because they're going to take shots downfield. So we're going to try to get heat on the quarterback, make him uncomfortable to throw the football, but we also have to stay in coverage. Again, our secondary is pretty new, and they've been tested. They were tested last week and played well, but they got to continue to get better and play well tonight. So we got to keep their athletes in check.
So they're on this offensive side for those guys, the Hurricanes. Any one person stand out, or one person you've circled all week?
Number 1 and number 2 are really good players, but I feel like I see number 2's not dressed, but those 2 guys are kind of their go-to guys for a big play. So.
Okay. All right, so from the defensive side of the ball, when you all have what have you seen on film? What do you think can work tonight?
I mean, they actually start several seniors on defense, and guys that we've been playing against for the last few years. So, their linebackers are very aggressive. They're blitz heavy a little bit, and they're going to try to just create chaos in the backfield. And then they kind of press the receivers. So we got a couple things for them, and we'll see how it works out. But the plan is to kind of have a decent mix of run and pass tonight. And so
you mentioned the press. When they do that at this level, how, as an offense, do you get off the ball differently?
Well, like the goal is to pretty much run at those cornerbacks to start and make them come up on the run, and then we're gonna use our play action to beat them over the top. So
okay. All right, Coach. Well, we're getting ready to go here in about 45 minutes. Coach Mark Priscilla with your Blue Devils, and stay tuned. Blue Devil football is next.
And there you have it. Is Mark basically battling a hurricane there and trying to have a chat with Coach Priscilla. He got some good insights insofar as about tonight's game, our opponent, and the Blue Devils, along with his outlook for the upcoming season. So kickoff here in about just under 10 minutes as, we're all excited to bring it to you here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. As, in the background, we did miss the national anthem, and I do see coming into the stadium now what appears to be the marching band for the Brooklyn Hurricanes. So that should give us a good halftime performance, both high school marching bands, as we're about ready to get at it here with the magic of Friday night from Wickliffe Memorial Field, as we're glad to have you here with us here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network on a beautiful night, 71 degrees, as fans are continuing to stroll in here at the campus of Wickliffe. Mark, that's one of those things I'm still learning, because to me it's Wickliffe High School,
right.
But it's the campus of Wickliffe, the campus of Wickliffe, for the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
As I look around in the crowd, I'm seeing some folks from my class of 1975. I see Bobby LaMonica down there, and I see a few other folks. And it looks like there are some people in town for tomorrow night's festivities. And it looks like we're going to get a good crowd this evening with folks that haven't seen the Blue Devils probably in a long time.
Speaking of alumni standing to your left, there is Danny Rowan, who was won a world championship in Little League. He and I together back in the 1960s, folks. His brother was our coach, and Danny,
he could sling that baseball.
He could sling it. It was probably, he was hitting triple digits, probably like 17.7 miles an hour, but that's triple digits. Danny, glad to have you up here in the press box with us as we're looking forward to having an exciting game tonight between the Hurricanes of Brooklyn High School and the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
So you know what I noticed, Frank, and now I realize what it was. Little anecdote here. Down on the track, the cheerleaders were putting a sign together, and it looked like it had a zipper up the front. This is the sign the players run through. Remember, they used to make them.
Yeah.
Now they don't even make them anymore.
Yep.
They have them made.
Mark, at the rate we're going, before you know it, they'll have some AI sign out there that'll just magically appear. Life has changed there, folks.
Sure
Life has changed. So, but we're looking at the scoreboard. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff tonight. Nice evening, about 70, 71 degrees. There, as Mark mentioned, there is some wind blowing from west to east, which could affect the passing game and the kicking game. And speaking of the kicking game, last couple of years, the Blue Devils have done pretty good in the place kicking category. Matter of fact, they put up. Thank God they put up a late field goal last week, because that was the difference in the game between Shaw High School and Wickliffe. And I think they made all of their point afters in that first game against Oberlin.
Yep, they sure did.
And so there's a good chance if the Devils, somehow do get stalled down in field goal range, they won't think twice about, kicking the field goal.
Drew
Nice.
Rossman, number 40, is a senior this year, 6'1", 150 pounds. Never played in an organized football game till last year, when his best friend, Frankie Buchar, who actually is the quarterback as well and wide receiver for the Blue Devils, said, come on out and give it a try. And they were kind of messing around before practice early on last year. And Drew was kicking 35, 40-yard field goals, and Coach Purcello saw him and said, we're fitting you for a uniform this evening. and the rest, as they say.
And remember, last year, didn't he hit it was like a school record. He hit that long field goal.
Like 45.
Yeah, that might have been in the game against Cuyahoga Heights.
Might have been, yeah. I believe it. That might have been one of the first games he played in last year.
Right.
Yeah,
I want to say it was like right at halftime or something like that, and it had plenty of distance. So if he don't watch it, he might end up playing for those guys on Sunday. Oh, by the way, I think the Blue Devils have a doubleheader this week. They play tonight, and then they're playing downtown 1 o'clock on Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Poor Mark. He's had to put up with my foolishness now.
22 seasons.
21, 22?
Yeah, 22.
Wow.
Yeah, this is good. It's okay. It's all fun.
Want to give a shout out to a good friend, Mike Urich, who's clicking in from the Blueberry Railroad out in Geneva. As you know, the Wickliffe Blue Devils are, and the Lakeshore Live Steamers are the official live steam railroad of the Wickliffe Blue Devils. And by the way, if you have anybody this Sunday, the live steamers will be running from 1 to 3. It's a big event at the park at Penitentiary Glen. It's Bug Day, and yes, yours truly will be out there. We'll actually be burning some diesel fuel this time.
No coal.
No. Eastwind has taken an extended vacation, and his buddy Gene, nickel plate number 757, will be out on the track pulling people this coming Sunday. So if the weather should be good, please come and join us, as that is the official live steam railroad of the Wickliffe Blue Devils, who are making their way out onto the field as we speak.
And right behind them are the Hurricanes from Brooklyn High School. And we've got about 3 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock to go before we kick this one off. And we'll go ahead and hand it over to our PA announcer and my brother. It's Scott Tennant.
At defensive back, a sophomore, number 1, Jaden Johnson. At defensive back, a senior, number 2, Frankie Buchar. At linebacker, a senior, number 3, Jimmy Feaster. At linebacker, a senior, number 4, Ralph Jackson. In the defensive backfield, a senior, number 5, Marquise Roberts. At linebacker, a junior, number 9, Nick Oboski. At linebacker, a senior, number 14, James Straley. Along the defensive line, a senior, number 50, Gio Martinez. A sophomore, number 54, Trey Jackson. And a junior, number 56, Sam Parker. The head coach of the Wickliffe Blue Devils is Mr. Mark Purcello. And here come the rest of your Wickliffe Blue
You know, before we get started, Mark, I thought it'd be pretty cool that your brother there is the PA announcer, and your nephew, Jared Tennant, got a nice shout-out last night on the Cleveland Guardians game by Tom Hamilton.
Yeah.
Jared, who now works in the marketing department, I believe, for the Tampa Bay.
Communications, public relations for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Right.
That's right.
And I happened to see the clip on Facebook today, and it was nice that Hammy mentioned Jared, mentioned your brother and his wife, and I think he mentioned the center of the universe at least 3 times.
Yeah, sure did.
Wickliffe. So just about ready to get going here, folks, and glad to have you with us. As I think, as Mark mentioned earlier, the Devils will be receiving the football first, and they'll be moving from right to left on our video screens. Glad to have you with us on the YouTube channel and Facebook Live, all made possible through the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. Be talking about a few other things having to do with the Alumni Association. As a matter of fact, I'll mention it right now. Jane Kennedy, who was a graduate, I think 1971 graduate of Wickliffe High, just released a book called Plain Jane. And I want to give a shout out to her as, very cool. There was a wonderful article about her in Cleveland.com earlier this week. So you may want to check that out. So as we're about ready to get started here, going back in about the 10-yard line, number 3, Jimmy Feaster. And on either side of him, I'll get you some names and numbers here. Looks like number 5, Marquise Roberts. And number 8, Elijah Fitch. Back to receive the kickoff. And teeing it up there is number 6, Lyle Taylor. He does the place kicking for the Hurricanes. Just a matter of the officials bringing him out. The ball, I don't think they use a kicking ball like they do in the pros, but each team has their own ball for kickoffs and punts and things of that nature. So teeing it up there for the Hurricanes is Lyle Taylor, and we're about ready to get underway here from Wickliffe Memorial Stadium.
And a minute early.
There's a little pooch kick that comes down. It's fielded there by, looks like, fielded there by number 20, Jag Zivnaska. Fielded about the 30. Nice return out on the left side. Gets over the 50 to about the 49-yard line. So the Devils will put it into play 1st and 10. Great field position. Markham.
Jags is Nunzio's little brother. He's a sophomore. Nunzio Zivnaska, who graduated last year, and I had a chance to see and talk with him at the Oberlin game. Doing well. Wishes I think he was out here one more time.
As the Devils break the huddle and have it 1st and 10 from the 49 of the Hurricanes. Frankie Bukar is in the shotgun, more or less like the pistol formation. Snap is back. Bukar rolling, looking to throw. As he fires in and out of the hands of Jaden Johnson down at about the 35-yard line and falls incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. And Johnson was open there in the flat, and he just couldn't pull it in. So it'll be 2nd and 10 Blue Devils. I think hopefully Johnson isn't trying to impersonate C.D. Lamb from last night's ball game in Philadelphia. Devils break the huddle. Devils set up in the same formation as as is the prior play. Put a man in motion, and they hand it to Cole Venata, and Venata's got great yardage inside the 40 down to about the 35, inside the 35-yard line. It'll be good for a first down to about the 34. As get your name there on the.
Shaddai Givens.
Okay. Gain of 15 on that one, so it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils. And yes, the wind is kicking up, and right now it's to the Blue Devils' advantage. It's blowing behind their back. Bukar there, hands the ball there to Jackson, who was to his. Jackson still on his feet, does a Saquon Barkley there, jumping over a guy, gets a late flag long after the play's over. The back judge from the 40-yard line throws a flag. We'll have to wait and see what the call is here on the field. There were 3 other officials closer to the play, and we've got a personal foul on Wickliffe. That'll back it up probably from the spot of where he was tackled, so it's going to bring it out to the 31-yard line. We don't know what the infraction was.
Well, we didn't see anything, so it must have been verbal.
It might have been, Mark. But it is a first down because they got a first down on that play. So the ball is marked at the 31. It's 1st and 10 Blue Devils. This time Jackson is to the right of Bukar. The snap is back. Jackson's got it, and he's off to the races, folks. 15-10, 5 touchdown Blue Devils. That happened in basically a minute and 20 seconds as Jackson took the handoff, and no one ever touched him. No one ever touched him. So number 40, Drew Rossman is in to try the point after. Left-footed kicker. It'll be out of the hold of Bukar. Snap is back. The kick is up. It's high. And that kick mark was good from 40 yards out. So with 10:39 to go here in the first quarter, your Blue Devils are up 7-0. Here's your fight song. And a big shout out to our gang out at the Blueberry Railroad, Mike Urich, who's holding down the live steam mafia there with George, Sal, Vito, Carl Losley, Roberta, Kathy Losley, and a host of others out there in Geneva, Ohio. Glad to have you with us here tonight as the Devils strike first, and Rossman will be kicking off. And back deep for the Hurricanes. Looks like number 11 is their key guy, Dominic Pytel. And to the other side of him, looks like number 6, Lyle Taylor. And a high end kick. And wow, folks, Rossman put that one
in the end zone.
Halfway into the end zone. Wow. So the Hurricanes will have it. Their first possession starting 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Their quarterback will be number 10, Mason Vega, who is a...
I don't know if they're marching him back.
its first possession of the game, 1st and 10 from its own 20-yard line.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, they got it.
I thought the ref had the ball.
No,
He was going
Mark,
backwards.
I thought so too. They have a sophomore and a quarterback, Mason Vega, and it appears that they're going to operate also out of a shotgun formation, almost like a pistol formation, because standing right behind him is Kalen Kidd. As they hand it off to Kidd, trying to get wide on the left side. He's got yardage as he gets out to about the 26-yard line, where he was run out of bounds by Bukar, and looks like they're going to mark it a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. They had a good line of blockers out there on that left side. Hurricanes breaking the huddle. Number 11, Pytel, is in the backfield there. And this time they set up in the same pistol formation. The snap is back. Vega looking to throw. Lefty quarterback's looking long, and he completes it. Nice completion out to about the 43-yard line. As in there to haul it in was Johnson brought him down. Mark, it looked like it was number 12, but I don't see a 12 on the. No, I take that back. It was 18. Shade Givens brought it there. So
Shadai Gibbons, yep.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Hurricanes. They've got a little action going here as they got it at their own 43. Fumble on the play as they tried to get it to Pytel, but he falls down on it in the backfield as it'll be a loss on the play of about 3 yards. Going to move it back to about the 41-yard line. That happened on a bad exchange there between the quarterback and the running back. So, Mark, the Hurricanes come out here with a little bit of firepower here in the first few plays.
And mixing it up, they do want to get it to their wide receivers, and they do want to get the ball outside, is what Coach Purcello told me when we were talking on the sidelines, things he's seen on film and seen him play so far this year.
Vega looking to throw, throws a little screen pass. He's got a completion and going to be brought down there. It looks like Jackson brings him down as, again, they got it to Gibbons. Gain out to about the 43-yard line, which will bring up a 3rd and 6. As, Mark, you're right, they've mixed it up a little bit where they've had guys open, and we'll see what they do here on a 3rd and 6 with the Devils showing blitz. As they hand it to Pytel around the left side, he's gonna have a first down. He gets into Wickliffe territory. He gets down to about the Wickliffe 45-yard line, working that left side. As Trey Jackson was there to bring him down, as the left side of the offensive line there for the Hurricanes are getting the job done here in the early going.
Jackson came all the way across from his left side of the defensive line all the way across the field to make that tackle, but not before the first down.
They stay in the shotgun formation, more like a pistol, where they have one running back, Pytel, behind the quarterback. They hand it to him, trying to get up the middle, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield there by number 54, Trey Jackson.
Once again.
That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Jackson for the Blue Devils is a sophomore. And we've seen him in the early going. Yep.
6'1", 260. And he's a big boy and fast.
Yes.
He's got some wheels under him as well.
So if you're just joining us, Devils up on the first drive, 7-0. Hurricanes on the move. They're in Wickliffe territory at the Wickliffe 47. They got to get to the Wickliffe 35 for a first down. 2nd down and 12. As Vega looks to throw, as he tries to get it outside to Justin Lewis, the tight end, a little too wide in the flat, falls incomplete, as back there on coverage for the Blue Devils was Jade Straley. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long. So we'll see what the Hurricanes try to dial up here. And the other thing too, Mark, is right now they're going into the wind, a bit of a breeze here.
And it looks like the flags on the goal post are just waving a tad.
Vega looking to throw. He's looking long, Mark, as falls incomplete.
And
as
That was right in the hands of number 6, I believe. Was that Lyle Kidd?
I believe you're right.
Lyle Taylor?
Lyle Taylor. And Taylor was there at about the 13-yard line. A decent coverage back there by the Blue Devils. But, oh my, we have a, Mark, personal foul on Wickliffe, roughing the passer. That's going to give him a first down.
Well, I'm guessing that was on Gio Martinez since he's just come off the field.
Wow. Instead of punt formation, it'll be a fresh set of downs for Brooklyn as they'll be at 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 32-yard line. Not what you want to see happen. So the Devils, on this one, they try to run a sweep to Bentley Cox. He's met in the backfield by a host of Blue Devils.
Trey Jackson once again was there to stop him, and then the rest of his fellas came in to clean it up, but he was in the backfield. Jackson is in the backfield right when the ball is being snapped. So that right tackle for the Hurricanes, number 76, I believe, he's having a tough time so far with Trey Jackson on that left side of the defensive line.
2nd and 12 as they put the tight end in motion. Vega looking to throw. He's rolling left. He's got some pressure. He fires, looking long, and he overthrows. I believe it was looking for Givens once again down there at about the 8-yard line. Vega's got a nice arm, Mark, but it'll bring up a 3rd and 12 as they're probably in 4-down territory here. Ball sitting at the Wickliffe 34-yard line.
We got to see him throw warm-ups, and he was throwing some 45, 50-yard passes pretty easily. Here to the near side, though, we didn't see him going much to that far side.
Devils bringing a rush as they try to get a screen pass. Devils got to the quarterback. No. Falls incomplete. No roughing the quarterback on that one. I'm not sure how they called that on the prior set of downs, but this will bring up a 4th and 12. And usually in high school football, you're sitting somewhere in like that, what I call like the dead zone. You know, they won't be kicking in the form of punting here, so it'll be 4th and 12. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 22 for a first down. Vega looking to throw. He fires it to the tight end, who's going to, still on his feet, he's going to fall shy of the first down as the ball will go over to the Blue Devils on downs. And there to bring him down was, I believe, Davian Marlin and Oboski. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils.
Well, that Blue Devil linebacking core between Martin and Oboski, they're all over that field.
You're right, Mark. They're all over the field. Good coverage as Hurricanes had a nice little drive there, aided by the roughing the passer penalty, but still the Devils were able to stop them, and we'll see what Wickliffe does with their second possession with 6:22 to go here in the first quarter from Wickliffe Memorial Stadium on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Man in motion, handoff goes on the inside.
That's to Frankie.
Yeah. Oh, that I see. That was Purcello in at quarterback. They handed it to Frankie, tried to get wide to the right, to the left side, and he was met in the backfield for a loss of 1 on the play.
I think that tackle is supposed to drop back there and kick that, try to kick that defender out. He didn't do it, and caught Frankie behind the backfield right in the middle of his cut because he was getting ready to cut up field.
One of the things the Devils have is they will shift between quarterbacks, between Frankie Buchar and Dominic Purcello, who's now in at quarterback. He's now operating out of the shotgun. Buchar takes the, nope. Purcello keeps it himself, goes right up the middle, across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line, where the middle linebacker there for, looks like Bentley Cox was there to bring him down. Devils operating, Mark, in a hurry-up movement there by Brooklyn, but no one into the neutral zone as of yet.
When they do that, hurry-ups, it's always a check with me, with Coach.
Jackson on the handoff, breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's over the 45 out to about the 49-yard line. Mark, I like the way Jackson runs. He keeps his feet going, where eventually Pytel brought him down, but not until he got a first down for the Blue Devils.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I just said we've seen Ralph since he's been a freshman, and even the difference between his game last year and this year, you could just see he really explodes, and when he hits that
Agreed.
much more quicker.
And his lateral movement is improved. So stay in the shotgun, Purcello in a quarterback, Purcello looking to throw, not much pressure, he fires, complete for, Mark, they completed the pass to Frankie Buchar. I thought there was a face mask.
I did too.
And no call, but they complete the pass, and Buchar was brought down in Hurricane territory at about the 46. So it'll be 2nd and 5 as we got 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Blue Devils, and your Blue Devils are on the move once again. Purcello, the sophomore quarterback, hands it to Jackson, tries to get out of left tackle, and gets ahead for maybe 2 yards, maybe 3 yards, down to about the 43-yard line. Wickliffe needs to get to the 41 for a first down.
You know, Frank, Don Purcello, 6'2", 195, totally different makeup than Frankie Buchar, who is 5'10", 160 pounds, soaking wet. But what he brings, though, is the ability to run up the middle like that. And with Frankie on the outside and Dom at quarterback, they've kind of got to see, okay, who's going to get the ball here?
Right.
There's an extra person that can hurt him.
Purcello hands it to Jackson. He's got the first down. He got down to about the just outside the 40. It'll be a first down, as a host of Hurricanes were there to bring him down, and it looks like number 7, Carson Westerhold, one of the linebackers for the Hurricanes, led the charge to bring him down, but not until Jackson was able to get that first down. Mark, it sounds like your brother on the PA there. Sounds like he had his Wheaties today.
He has
Good
fun.
for him.
He has
Good
fun.
for him. Clock running, 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Devils up 7-0. Jackson now in the pistol behind Purcello, as they hand it on the inside to number 14, who is Jade Straley. Yep, and again, Straley gets ahead, and they bring him down, and again, it looked like somebody grabbed his face mask. Got a gain of about 9 there, as he gets down to about the 30, just inside the 32-yard line. So 2nd and 1, there's a lot you can do there, as now Marquise Roberts checks into the huddle. Don Purcello back into the huddle, probably getting from the play call from Coach, his dad, Mars Purcello. And no, Connor Stallions is not here to steal the signs from the Blue Devils. The handoff there to, handoff there. Horse collar tackle there, Mark, as they handed it to Roberts. He gets down, he gets wide on the right side inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, and that should have been a horse collar tackle. But we'll take it anyhow, as the Devils will now have it with a minute 25 to go in the first quarter. It'll be 1st and goal, Wickliffe. Good running there by Roberts, who's the senior. They line up where Jackson is to the right of Purcello. Buchar in motion. We got a flag. Buchar is into the end zone, and now what? I think they're going to get Wickliffe for illegal motion. The call coming from a back judge who was located back in the end zone. Yep, they're going to mark.
Penalty against Wickliffe is an illegal shift.
Well, they're calling it an illegal shift. You got to figure, Mark, how many hundreds of times the Devils have run these plays. Sometimes I wonder if the officials aren't aware that some of these shifts aren't illegal, but they think they are.
Now, I don't know if it's, so what constitutes an illegal shift? If they're in motion, does he go towards, cuts up too quick up the field before the ball is snapped?
In any case, it'll be first and goal from the Hurricane 11-yard line. Again, the Bucar in motion. Again, this time Purcello keeps it and gets down to about the 5-yard line, right up the middle. As in there was number Johnny Tresca, one of the defensive linemen there for the Hurricanes. Wickliffe quickly making their way up to the line of scrimmage. We're just under 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Devils knocking on the goal line door once again, trying to stretch that 7-0 lead as they give it a Bucard wide right. He's going to get brought down or run out of bounds.
Boy, they are tackling high.
Yep.
And I mean, they're not calling anything.
I
They
know.
call Wickliffe for an illegal shift.
Mark and roughing the passer, as it looks like that they did bring him down in the field of play, and this will bring to end the first quarter, where after one in the books here in Wickliffe, your score is the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7 and the Hurricanes of Brooklyn 0.
Heading down to the other end. Folks, Mark is the cameraman tonight. I'm trying to do the best I can to not move the camera when the plays are going on, but trying to give you the best view at the same time.
You know, folks, anyone out there, if you would like to be involved with us on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, we're more than happy to have additional folks get involved. If you want to come on up here and assist us with the play-by-play, do the camera work, statistics, because basically Mark and I do it all. And can't say enough about the efforts of Mark, because he's not only, trying to keep ideas of statistics,
and thank
spotting.
goodness we have a new we do have a statistics helper this year, but yeah.
Right. So we're putting the call out there. If you'd like to aid and assist us, we'd be more than happy to have you join us. You can reach out or just come on by the press box at one of the home games, and we'll be happy to give you the go about as to what goes on here with the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. So as we're about ready to get started in quarter number 2, the Devils now will be quarters 2 and 3. They'll be going against the light breeze here, but they'll have it 3rd and 1 on the 1. It's 3rd and goal for Wickliffe. As nice crowd as the stands are filling up. People still coming in. Sun is setting. It is getting cooler. So Devils are in like an old-fashioned T backfield. Purcello up under center. He's going to take it. Now we have another flag. Now what? They're going to call it
Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure. Mark, what? No one moved until Purcello had the ball. I'm wondering if, they'll back him up 5 to go back to the 6-yard line, and it looks like Coach Purcello is asking what incarnation is the illegal motion, because that's twice now within the last 3 plays that they've made this call. Now the officials are huddling among themselves.
But not the guy that threw the flag.
I know. You wonder where they get some of these guys, like Harbor Freight. So they'll wind the clock as we're underway here in the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and 6. Checking in for the Blue Devils, number 13, Cole Venata. As the Devils break the huddle. And now they're back in more of the shotgun formation. They have a man in motion, and they hand it to Bucar, who's going to get run out of bounds at about the 2 or 3 yard line. And back there, number 4, Bentley Cox and Taylor there to run him out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th and goal As checking in is Matt Fiorelli for the Blue Devils, looking like they're bringing in some big bodies, along with Caden Floyd.
Caden came off with a limp on that right at the quarter, but he's back in the game now, and I'm glad to see that because the limp did not look good about 5 minutes ago.
So see what the Devils are capable of doing here on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. The snap, they give it to Jackson, who powers into the end zone for the touchdown for the Blue Devils over left guard. I got to make sure there's no hankies on the field as the Devils extend their lead.
And we saw that again, Frank. Jackson takes that ball and just hits that
Yes,
hole.
Mark, you're
with
right.
a vengeance, as fast and hard as he can.
It almost,
and it really makes a difference when you see him.
yeah, it almost seemed like on that series they were trying to work that right side with Buchar, but it does seem like when they give it to Jackson, he does make things happen. And they work the left side on that. And now in is Rossman for the point after. It's a high snap. The kick is up. Even though it's into the wind, it's plenty and good as we're going to cue up your fight song.
More cowbell.
Mark, I'd agree. More cowbell. More cowbell.
I did hear some, though. I did hear some.
Okay, so with 11:09 to go here in the first half, Devils have pushed the lead out 14-0 as number 40, Drew Rossman, will be teeing it up, and he'll be kicking it back, and this time standing all the way back at the goal line is number 11, Dominic Pytel. He's got Givens on one side and Taylor on the other. Left-footed kicker is Rossman. High end over end kick's going to come down. Taylor's going to take it at about the 16. He's going to get ahead about the 30-yard line where a host of Blue Devils led by Marquise Roberts going to bring him down. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line as along with Cole Vanetta. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes on what will be their second possession. You think about it, both, you know, Wickliffe's had it 2 possessions, and this will be the second possession for the Hurricanes.
Say, what if they could get a stop here right quick and get back up on that field? That will, and manage to score another one. That would hurt.
Yes, it would, my friend. They stay in the shotgun formation. The quarterback there is Mason Vega, sophomore, lefty. Yours truly a bit partial to lefties. Snap is back, and Vega's going to keep it himself. And Mark, if there was a time to call illegal motion, that was it, because moving well in advance was number 8, Alejandro Perez. But Vega gets ahead for a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball at the Hurricane 35-yard line. They have been able to move the ball a bit against Wickliffe here in these first couple of possessions. They put a man in motion as Vega's looking to throw. He's got, whoa. Where, why no? I was he out?
He must have been out of the pocket.
Was he outside the pocket? Because he threw that away, and there was no one within 20 yards of where he threw the ball. Incomplete. That should be intentional grounding.
No, he's on this side of the hash, so maybe that's what they were looking at.
I think you got to be outside the tackle box. So we'll see what happens here. 3rd and 6 as they line up Giovanni Milan to the left of Vega. They send a couple wide to the right, one in the slot, one wide on the left side. Wickliffe showing blitz. They're bringing as they fire, and it's picked off. It's picked off. Number 5, it looks like he's going to take it to the house. Marquise Roberts picked it off at about the 36-yard line, and no one touched him.
Marquise was just sitting back there. He just looked at the quarterback's eyes, knew where the ball was going before the receiver did, was able to pick it off. Nobody touched him, and he takes it down for about 40-some yards, we'll call 45 yards for a touchdown. And there's your next touchdown.
There you
and
go,
they did
Mark.
come back.
Yes,
and
Mark,
they did
you called
have a
it.
big play.
Mark, you called it.
They did have a good
Mark, are you tied in with DraftKings or something like that? You know,
I wouldn't even know.
Mark,
I wouldn't even know I wouldn't even know what to do with these apps.
Same, you and me both, buddy. Rossman, who was just out there a couple minutes ago, will be on to try point after number 3 with 10:06 to go in the half. The snap is back. The kick is up. Wow, does he nail that? And it is good. So 10:06 to go. The Devils are off and running. Your score, the Blue Devils 21, Brooklyn nothing. Here's that fight song. So the Blue Devils push it out to 21-0 on the interception return there by number 5, Marquise Roberts. As what helped that was excellent pressure by the defensive front and the blitz on the quarterback, Vega. And, as a young quarterback there, as a sophomore, one of those mistakes, that's one of those throws he'd love to have back because Roberts.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Roberts took it to the house.
Well, it almost looked like that ball he threw away, almost to the same spot.
Yep.
Marquise was just watching the quarterback that whole time.
Rossman has it teed up, puts it under. This one's going to go down to about the 12-yard line where Taylor has it across the 20, wide to the right. He's got some blockers in front of him, and he's going to get hit and knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. As
Jimmy Feaster.
Yeah, Feaster, man, he
Laid the
good
wood to him a
pursuit.
little bit.
Yep. I think he was trying to say, welcome to tomorrow there, young man, as it'll be Brooklyn ball. It'll be their 3rd possession of the evening with 9:55 to go in the half. It'll be 1st and 10 at their 33-yard line. You're on a beautiful night here in Wickliffe. Just check Doppler Devil weather. 69 degrees, light breeze blowing, a little bit of cloud cover. As the Hurricanes are back out on the field. As see what the holdup is there from the officiating crew. Vegas stays in the shotgun formation. They have like a pistol set behind him. Give it to Pytel, who's got nice run there by the running back. He gets over right guard out over the 40, out to about the 44-yard line. And if it wasn't for Elijah John, Pytel was gone to the house. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Pytel's had a couple of nice runs tonight, working from the interior line as they hand it to him once again, trying to get wide to the left side. Good pursuit there by the Blue Devils. And up there, Jimmy Feaster brings him down in the backfield. And then a host of Devils there to help him out. Looked like number 88, Corbin Haas was one of them. And that's going to get marked back at about the 41-yard line. So a loss of 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 13, probably bring up a passing situation. You know, the Hurricanes now, they'll try to see if they can take advantage of the fact they've got the breeze at their back. This time they bring the wide receiver Givens wide to the left side. They've got one in the slot. Vega looking to throw. Good pressure. Good pressures. Mark, again, he throws it near nobody. This time he was not outside the tackle box, and the ball didn't even get across the line of scrimmage. That should have been intentional grounding.
Well, there's got to be something we don't know, because that's the second time they didn't call that.
Well,
and that flag-happy ref is just right there, too.
Yep, you're right. So bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 46 for a first down. 8.5 to go here in the first half. 21-0 Blue Devils. Wickliffe showing blitz. And the ball is on the ground, and Vega lands on it as back at the 35. This should bring up a punting situation. Mark, I think Vega was looking off to his side and took his eyes off the ball when the snap came back. Is now going back for Wickliffe is number 1, Jaden Johnson, and number 2, Frankie Bukar.
Well, he was actually lucky to fall on that
Yes,
ball.
he was. Yes, he was. And Lyle Taylor is standing back at about his 17 in punt formation. Snap is back. End over end kick is going to get fielded by Bukar at about the 22. He's going to get wide to the left across the 30, 35, 40. We got a white flag coming in from the other side of the field. Bukar's still on his feet. How some of these guys, the guy standing on the right side of the field, and everything is going on the other side, and a flag goes down at about the Wickliffe.
It looked like those two guys collided.
Oh, my gosh.
No, it looks like they collided. It didn't look like they were blocked. But they're going to get Wickliffe.
Yeah, they're going to get Wickliffe, probably like a block in the back or something, but it's been rather one-sided in that regard tonight. I don't think we've seen. We've got holding on Wickliffe, so they'll mark it. They'll take the ball all the way back to about. I think they're going to spot it back in Richmond Heights there, Mark. Take it all the way down to the Wickliffe 27-yard line. So, and in the meantime, we've got a player down. We have an official timeout with 7:34 to go. Somebody down for the Hurricanes at the 50-yard line. So we hope he's okay, possibly wind knocked out of him. While we have a break in the action, I want to remind everybody that tomorrow night, the Wickliffe Alumni Association, along with a host of other alumni, will be the all-alumni reunion for Wickliffe High School or the campus of Wickliffe. It'll be happening at the Wickliffe I&A Hall over on Euclid Avenue. It'll be going on from 6 to 11 o'clock tomorrow night. If you go online tonight, tickets are $10 a pop. Tomorrow at the door, they'll be $15 a pop. So looks like we'll get you a name and number here of the injured Hurricane as he's slow to get up. He is getting up. Looks like, is that number 54?
58.
58. Alex Morales. So Alex, hope all is well there, buddy. As we'll get ready to get back to action here with 7:34 to go here on our first webcast of the season, first home game, as your 2-0 Wickliffe Blue Devils hold a 21-0 lead on the Hurricanes of Brooklyn.
Well, I'll tell you, Frank, as I look around, and I'm not kidding, we do have a very good crowd. I would imagine a lot of alumni who are in town decided to come up and make it to the game, and for many of us, haven't seen probably a Blue Devil game in decades.
Mark, this will be a larger crowd than will be Sunday downtown.
Right.
So the Devils will have it for their fourth. Well, no, this will actually be their third offensive possession. As still in at quarterback is Dom Purcello. Frankie Buchar is in there as one of the slots. And they've got in motion Purcello looking to throw.
Oh, Frankie's open.
Oh. In and out of the hands of a Blue Devil.
He intercepted it, number 4.
Intercepted was Bentley Cox. Picks it off at about the 50-yard line, and the Hurricanes have turnover number 1 as they will have it 1st and 10 at their own 49. And Mark, he had, it's almost like he put too much under.
Well, I think he was a little late with the throw.
Yeah.
Because Frankie was open by 4 or 5 yards, but they closed fast, and the ball wasn't as far as it probably needed to be. And Frankie will probably be the first to tell you, if it hit his hands, he should have caught it.
Yep.
And it went right into the hands of number 4, and we've got Hurricane ball at their own 49-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Brooklyn with 7:23 to go here in the first half. Have the ball back. The snap is back. They hand it off to Pytel, who's going to get tackled up and again up around the neck, and again no call.
I was waiting for that.
I too.
This guy down here, I was waiting for him to go for that flag.
Yep. There'll be no gain on the play as they get out to about the 49-yard line. Well, they're going to mark it maybe a gain of 1 as he was trying to sweep wide right. And in there for Wickliffe on that tackle was Jade Straley, as he's actually making his way off the field. And in his place is Dom Purcello.
Straley seems to be flexing that right arm a little bit, right around the elbow as I look down at the bench.
Well, now they marked it back. It'll be 2nd and 10 as they set up with a pistol-like formation with snap is back. Vega looking to throw. He fires, and I'm not sure who he was throwing to. He was looking for Bentley Cox in the flat at about the Wickliffe 40. And I basically overthrew him, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Back there in coverage for Wickliffe was Marquise Roberts, who just earlier this quarter picked one off and took it back about 40 yards for a touchdown that pushed the score out to 21-0. 6:17 to go here in the first half. Nice sunset just over the horizon there. As we'll see what the Hurricanes are capable of dialing up here. 3rd and 10. They got to get to the Wickliffe 41 for a first down. Snap is back. Vega looking to throw. He fires. He completes. Ball is on the ground. We got a fumble. And it looks like the Blue Devils have recovered.
Nice.
So
I thought he was going to call that an incomplete pass.
Well, also I saw something get thrown. I thought,
but that was the beanbag.
Okay, I thought it was a flag.
Yeah,
but,
and the beanbags are orange.
Oh my gosh! I mean, they've been flag happy tonight. So, I think he would have been short of the first down. But the Blue Devils now, as they've traded turnovers here, it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at their own 46-yard line with 6:04 to go here in the first half.
Frankie back at quarterback.
Yeah, I like the way he's shifting them in and out, different looks.
Yeah. Now they've got the speed package out there.
Jackson's got it. He's got yardage. He's into Hurricane territory. Keeps those feet moving. He's got a gain of close to about 9 as it took probably 3 guys led by 72, Victor Alonso, to bring him down for the Hurricanes. We'll call it a gain of 8 as he was able to get to the 46-yard line. They need the 44 for a first down. Snap is to Buchar. He's going to keep it himself. He's got first down and more. As still on his feet, eventually there, Pytel brings him down as he went over left tackle. down to about the Hurricane 27. They got the clock running here, 5:15. Famous song by The Who. As the Devils have it 1st and 10 at the 27 of the Hurricanes. Snap is back. Jackson's got it. And he's down to about the 20, down to about the 19-yard line. A gain of about 9. And no, I take that back. Was that Elijah Fitch on the carry there? Because he handed the ball to the official.
Oh, I thought that was Ralph.
In any case, good run there as they were working that right side between the guard and tackle. Devils again on the move. They're inside the red zone at the 19. It'll be 2nd and 1. This time they send Feaster wide to the left side. Looks like they've got Jackson in the slot. As the hand back to number 9, who's going to he's inside the 5, touchdown, Nick Oboski. And no one touched him there, basically, as he took that trap play wide left, as the Devils push it out.
Boy, I tell you what, Frank, he hit that hole after he got that ball, and I think his eyes probably got as big as silver dollars.
Right,
There's
nobody there.
Nothing but green grass.
So Rossman on to try the point after. 4:14 to go in the half. The Devils push it out. It's temporarily 27-0. Bukar the holder for the left-footed Rossman. Snap is back. Kick is up. I think he kicked that one to Willoughby Hills, and the kick is good.
Boy, he's smooth.
Yes, he is.
He's really smooth with that leg.
28-0 Blue Devils. You know, the first game, Mark, I saw somebody posted at halftime. It was 35-0 Wickliffe. And I made a post on Facebook where I said, wow, 35-0 at the half for the Blue Devils. I said, I don't think the Browns will score 35 points in the first half of the season. Some Browns fan writes me and goes, you want to put $100 on that? So, being the loving Wickliffe Blue Devil alum that I am, I wrote back and said, sorry, I don't want to take your money. Folks, here's your fight song. Mark, I was just noticing down on the sideline, there was some, let's say, animated dialogue going on between Jade Straley and Coach Purcello, probably discussing some interpretation of the offense. So,
I think he also wants to go back into the game, and I don't know if they're going to let him.
Back deep in the center, almost at the goal line, is number 11, Dominic Pytel. He's got Taylor on one side and Givens on the other. As teeing it up once again is number 40, Drew Rossman, who basically, folks, if you see him, he looks like a stick figure, but boy, he's got a strong leg. High end over end kick is going to come down. Taylor's got it at the 11. He's taken off to the right side. He's breaking one tackle and is going to get run out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. I saw something flying by, and then I noticed it's
the drone.
One of the drones. I'm thinking, are they throwing another flag? But in any case, the Hurricanes will have it for their next possession here with 4:03 to go in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10. Brooklyn, as the ball has been spotted at their own 29-yard line. They stay in this shotgun set, a bit of a pistol formation where they spread one wide left, one wide right. He's got a running back to his left, the quarterback Vega. Snap is back. They hand it to Pytel right up the middle and met immediately. Immediately there, Gino Martinez. And no gain on that play. And Nick Oboski.
I'll tell you what, Elijah Fitch, he's freshman, 5'8", 170, was going at it with one of the linemen for the Hurricanes. And they were having their own football game here on the near side of the field.
Vega looking to throw. He completes the pass to Pytel. He's got a first down as they're out over the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And up there to bring Davian Marlin came up from his defensive back spot to bring him down. Fresh set of downs there for the Hurricanes. Clock running, 3:17 to go in the half. Vega looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he's looking long, and he overthrows. Looking for Pytel again, and Marlin was back there on the coverage. I think that's one of those, Mark, where that Breeze, which is now picked up, got behind it and took it beyond him because Pytel he did have a step or two on Marlin there down at about the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10. They stayed. This time they've got one in the slot on the right side. Vega looking to throw as the pass was batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Is that Ralph?
I thought it was Marlin.
Number 0. And that's who Coach singled out in the pregame interview. He said he has just leaps and bounds. He occasionally plays tight end, but he's just really a heck of a linebacker that they're just loving the season he's already having this year.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 10. 3 minutes to go here in the half. Snap is back. They're going to hand it. Good run there out to about the 50-yard line. I believe that's number 24, who is Giovanni Milan.
And he's still on the ground.
With a gain of about 8. As ran a delayed draw up the middle.
I don't know if it's a knee.
At halftime, folks, as has been customary, Mark and I will step aside. You get to enjoy the performance of the Hurricane Marching Band as they're starting to form under the East End Zone, and then followed up by the Wickliffe Blue Devils Swing Band. As halftime is always a fun activity here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Want to make mention, once again, speaking of Wickliffe alumni, Jane Harrison, who graduated from Wickliffe High School, I want to say in 1971.
She graduated with my sister Judy, yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Jane was Miss Ohio, was the first female reporter for the NFL Today.
She was a Dean Martin gold digger.
That's right. Jane has just released a book called Plain Jane. There was a wonderful article about her on Cleveland.com earlier this week. If you get a chance, do check it out. And from what I understand, in the book, she talked quite a bit about her hometown and growing up here in Wickliffe and Wickliffe High School. So, Jane, if you're listening or clicking in, congratulations. Most deserved. So
I remember when she got married, and I don't believe she's married anymore. She's still cool, but and when she got married at that church on 84, it was like paparazzi and everybody were up there when she got married.
So we'll see what happens. 4th and 2 at the 50-yard line. The Hurricanes have it. See if they can convert here. They put a man in motion. Pytel, movement. And we got somebody in the neutral zone. I believe it's the Blue Devils, and that will give them the first down. Yep. A little bit itchy there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes as they'll have it at the Wickliffe 45-yard line. Clock moving. 2:05 to go here in the first half. Both teams have all their timeouts. Hurricanes not in any hurry, I would say. with the clock moving,
They certainly don't want to give the ball back to Wickliffe because
Well,
they get
that
the
is
ball.
true.
They get the ball coming out in the second half. So going to try to make something happen here.
snap is back as going to be brought down in the backfield. All the way back at the Hurricane 45 is Pytel, as Ralph Jackson was not fooled on what they were trying to do, what looked like maybe a trap reverse back to the left side, and Jackson snuffed it out. So it's going to be 2nd and 16, loss of 6 on the play. They got a very fortunate spot because they got him back at the 45. Clock down to 1:09, and the Hurricanes are not in any rush. Devils showing blitz as they hand it to number 6, who's Lyle Taylor. And he gets over, let's say, right tackle and back into Wickliffe territory down to about the 45-yard line. They've got to get to the 35 for a first down. Clock moving at about 40 seconds to go. This will bring up 3rd and 10. And Mark, as you see, they're just, ho-hum. We'll take our time. We'll call the play.
I think they're just trying to get out of the half because they know they get the ball in the second half when
Yeah,
we
but
open that up.
I mean, if anything, I'd be trying to score so that you can have a twofer, Now they split. They got Pytel in the slot on the left side. Wickliffe showing blitz. We've got flag, and they're going to get Wickliffe for offsides again. They jumped it. So it'll make it 3rd and 5 from 3rd and 10. Blue Devils have basically helped the Hurricanes with numerous penalties this half. Clock down to 11 seconds. Sorry, Mark.
That's okay. That one courtesy of Jade, who was hurt. He was flexing that right arm coming off the field a little while ago. Looks like he's none the worse for wear, back in the game for the Blue Devils.
Vega looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he's looking for the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete as it looks like the clock has run out. And that is the end of the first half with the score, your Wickliffe Blue Devils 28 and the Hurricanes of Brooklyn nothing. So Mark and I will be back at the end of halftime to bring you all the action as the Blue Devils have pushed it out to a 28-0 lead here on the home opener, game number 3 for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. See you in the third quarter.
Starts off the season show with a sizzling, sweltering, red-hot Spanish opener. Let's get things cooking with El Bandido. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. The great American composer Aaron Copland arranged the theme of the traditional sacred tune Gifts in his 1944 ballet Appalachian Spring. The marching band closes this evening's show with a tribute to the vast beauty and endless landscapes that define America with Simple Gifts. Ladies and gentlemen, the great city of Wickliffe, Ohio is proud to present, under the direction of Mr. Evan Solomons, Assistant Director Mr. Tyler Hassel, low brass instructor Mr. Michael Pichano, and percussion instructor Mr. Noah Harrison. It's the often imitated, but never duplicated Sims and Just Dance video games to MasterChef Australia. This is Hot and Cold. This one a tune that enjoyed worldwide chart success in 2011. We hope you enjoy Last Friday Night, TGIF. Service Incorporated. Thank you for your very generous support of the Wickliffe Swingman. We conclude our show with a classic electronic dance music hit from 1993. It's the signature song of German musician Hathaway. This is What Is Love?
Well, Mark, that was a nice,
Great halftime show by both bands.
Yeah, both bands. And a good halftime show. If you're a Katy Perry fan, the swing band did not disappoint. Beautiful, almost full moon up there.
Yeah. We're looking the west end zone. Very nice.
East end. Isn't that the east?
I'm sorry, east end. Yes, that's right.
Matter of fact, Mark, it even looks a bit blue and gold tonight.
There is some blue and gold.
So I understand you have some stats?
We do have some stats, courtesy of the folks over at Gamecast. For the Blue Devils, Dominic Porcello was 1 for 2 passing for 5 yards and an interception. Frankie Buchar was 0 for 1, only 1 attempt. But in rushing, Ralph Jackson, 7 rushes, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Frankie Buchar, 4 rushes, 26 yards. And Nick Oboski had 1 rush for 19 yards and that touchdown, that 19-yard touchdown. For receiving, Frankie Buchar, 1 reception for 5 yards. Kicking, Drew Rossman, he is a perfect 4 for 4 in extra points. And Jag Zibnaska from kickoff return, he has 1 kickoff return for 21 yards. For the Brooklyn Hurricanes, Mason Vega is 5 for 14, 45 yards. He has an interception. In the backfield, Dominic Pytel, 7 rushes, 15 yards, 2.1 average. Antonio Milan, 2 rushes for 8 yards. And Bentley Cox, 1 for -2. With receiving, Shade Givens, he has 2 receptions for 26 yards. Dominic Pytel, 1 reception for 13 yards. And that will do it for the stats for both teams. The stats, kind of deceiving with the stats, not being great, I suppose, but the score is still for Wickliffe, 28-0 as we head into the second half. And remind you that the Brooklyn Hurricanes will be receiving this half because they kicked off at the beginning of the game. And I'm not sure why they weren't that big of a hurry, Frank, at the end of the first half to maybe score some points and then get the ball back.
Right. I mean, they had the ball with about 2.5, 3 minutes to go, so if you get a touchdown, you get a score, and then you get the ball, start the second half. That is a way to help try to seize some momentum, but who knows?
Yeah. So I was wondering why we weren't kicking off. Well, that's because the Hurricanes haven't made their way back to the field yet, but they're going to make their way back, coming out with the officials here in just a moment.
Looks like they're making their way out now, as the sun has set. And as we said, it is a bit cooler. Nice crowd on hand here. And, a number of people that have made their way over here from Brooklyn, Ohio to cheer on their Hurricanes.
And as we said, nice crowd from the home side. Probably one of the bigger crowds we've seen. And that's probably because of the alumni reunion tomorrow night at the INA in Wickliffe. And they will have tickets at the door. Tickets tonight, $10 online, $15 at the door tomorrow. Hope to see you there.
Next week, the Devils will be back on the road. They'll be at Cuyahoga Heights High School. Always, when those two teams hook up, they have some good ball games. Last year, the Devils were able to pull off the victory, and we'll see if they can replicate it next Friday over there at Cuyahoga Heights. We'll be back here in 2 weeks, as the Independence Blue Devils will be here to take on our Wickliffe Blue Devils. And then in 3 weeks, Mark, that might even be, I think we're going to preempt ESPN because the Kirtland Hornets will be here. And, that'll be a good, let's say, report card on how this season will be going for the Blue Devils, because the Hornets, led by Coach Tiger Laverty, whose son I think is a senior and the quarterback for the Hornets.
That's right.
Jake Laverty, and boy, strong defense, and they have a running attack like none other.
Second to none in the area.
Really,
that's for sure.
They get them started with the Kirtland playbook seriously in grade school, and those kids grow up, and by the time they get to the high school, they know that playbook, forwards, backwards, upside down, and what have you. And Coach Laverty's done a tremendous job with that program. So, in a way, it's it's an honor to be able to have them on the schedule for this year. Then the week after that, the Devils are back on the road, as they'll go face Chagrin Falls, and that's always been a tough game for Wickliffe in recent years. So the Devils coming into tonight's game, 2 wins, no losses. They're up 28-0 now. And looking out on the field, looks like Coach Purcell's having a rather lengthy discussion with the officials. And I'm wondering, Mark, if it doesn't also, I think the head coach for Brooklyn is out there. So
Tyler Agnew, Coach Agnew?
Yes.
Travis Agnew, sorry.
So they are discussing something probably having to do with how this game is going or where it may go based on how the score is at present. 28-0 Wickliffe. They will be kicking off. And Coach Purcello's still out there talking with the officials. Mark, I'm wondering if he's not explaining to them some of how the Wickliffe formations that were called for illegal motion, and which probably wasn't illegal motion.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because sometimes, there may be an interpretation of the rules by the referees that, maybe one way, and the coaching staffs interpret things a different way, and it's a matter of everybody getting on the same page.
Since Coach Agnew was out there and Coach Purcello and the refs were, I'm wondering, with the score being 28-0, I'm wondering if they just said to run the clock. And normally what we're talking about, folks, is if it's opposing team is up by 30 or more points in the second half, they have what's called a running clock, where the clock just runs without only official timeouts. Timeouts and injuries is the only thing that stops the clock. Right. And I'm just wondering if they were...
it could be. That thought went through my mind as well. So the Hurricanes are making their way back out onto the field as the Devils kickoff squad is out there. Drew Rossman, who now the Devils will be going from right to left. And in the first quarter, he booted one that landed halfway in the end zone. So back deep, and this time standing at the goal line will be number 11, Dominic Pytel, as he's got Givens on one side and Taylor on the other. So the Devils do huddle up, probably just to go over whatever coverage scheme they will employ on the kickoff. Rossman, the left-footed kicker. High end-over-end kick. Pytel's going to watch it land in the end zone once again, and it'll come out to the 20 on the touchback. And if you're looking there on, folks, number 40, he's like a stick figure, but boy, does he have one hell of a left leg as he booms it into the end zone for the touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes as we're just underway here in the third quarter.
Boy, and I'll tell you, partner, that temperature dipped a
little
bit.
Once the once the sun went down, we'll check Doppler Devil weather. 66 degrees with a light breeze, so it probably feels like about 60. As the quarterback, Vega, still operating out of a shotgun. He fakes the handoff, and it knocked down again, Mark. And I got to tell you, twice now, Davian Marlin, good pursuit, knocks it down in the backfield. It'll be incomplete, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. And, the quarterback, Vega, who's not that tall, that's one of those things where some height does help, but he's had a couple of them knocked down, as it'll now be 2nd and 10, and they stay. Looks like they've got one wide left, one wide right, 2 in the slot on the left side. Vega looking to throw. He's under pressure. He sets. He fires a little. Oh, he had wide open there in the flat Justin Lewis, and just dropped it there at about the 23-yard line. I don't know if you heard some footsteps or looked up the field a little too quick, but.
Well, they don't have that running clock going, so
nope.
Not sure what they were talking about.
Maybe they're talking about
coaches.
Everybody meeting at Petty's after the game. The good old tradition from the good old days down at Mills Field. 3rd and 10, they set up. They've got one in the slot on the left side, wide left, wide right. Pytel in the backfield next to the quarterback as he drops back looking to throw. Under pressure, rolling to his left. He sets, he fires long. He completes it. First down. As he was able to hit Pytel out at about the 35. Bukar finally runs him out of bounds at the Hurricane 36-yard line. Nice little completion there. Gain of 17 as it'll be 1st and 10 Brooklyn. Clock stopped since he was knocked out of bounds. Fresh set of downs. And Brooklyn's first possession here in the second half. Put a man in motion. Vega looking to throw. Tried to set up a little screen pass there to Bentley Cox, who dropped it twice now in this drive. He's put the ball in the hands of the receiver on short passes, and the receiver just wasn't able to pull it in. It'll bring up a second down, 10 to go. They've got to make it out to their own 47 for a fresh set of downs. He's got the tailback Pytel and the pistol behind him, looking to throw. Good. They complete it as we've got a completed pass, but was it a fumble? Mark, apparently it was a fumble. They have signaled Wickliffe ball. I think he completed the pass to Trey Jackson, recovered it, and we have an injured Hurricane down on the field, and I think that's who
caught the ball.
Caught the ball, and then I think as they were bringing him down, he fumbled. Wickliffe will have it 1st and 10 at the Hurricane 41-yard line. Whoever it is looks like he's in a bit of pain. His helmet is off.
I don't know if going across that middle, he might have taken a pretty hard hit. And I noticed when Ralph was carrying the ball, they were going after the ball every single time they were trying to tackle him and get the ball. And to Ralph's credit, he kept that ball right under that arm. And I would imagine the Blue Devils probably trying to do a little bit of the same, and were able this time to successfully get the ball out of the hands of the receiver.
And Mark, a lot of these teams now, they have drills that they practice with regard to, lodging the ball free. So looks like getting up, it might be Pytel, who's been talented with regard to both running the ball and receiving, being helped up there actually by one of the officials. No, it's Givens, the wide receiver. So he's making his way off. Hope he'll be okay. You always hate to see when one of the guys go down, no matter who it's from.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Mark, now we're told that they now will have a running clock.
See, I just don't think, and I was going to say, how do they get the word up to the press box?
No, you're right. You're right. So the clock is running. 11:09. As the Hurricanes are making their way back out onto the field. It'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe. Ball at the Hurricane 41. Frankie Bukar is in at quarterback. Wait a minute. No, Don Purcello's now in at quarterback.
Frankie
Bukar and takes the handoff going wide right inside the 20. Inside the 35, down to about the 30, where as he got wide right, as it looks like Alex Gonzalez was there to bring him down, and it was a gain of 10 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Hurricane 31-yard line. Clock running, 10 minutes to go, third quarter. If you're just joining us, 28-0 Blue Devils. 3 offensive touchdowns and an interception return for a touchdown. Bukar in a slot to the left side. Purcello gives a handoff there as running wild there inside the 20. First down there as looks like Elijah Fitch, who is a freshman, as Pytel was there to bring him down. It'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Hurricane 18-yard line. Beautiful night here in zip code 44092. As far as I'm concerned, the center of the universe. Devils send Feaster wide to the right side. And in the slot on the left side is Venata. Purcello looking to throw. He's looking for the end zone. And caught for the touchdown. Nice. Beautiful pass. And back there to haul it in.
Was that to Frankie? Oh.
No, I thought that was Feaster.
Yeah, Jimmy
Beauty.
Feaster.
Hauled it in the back corner. So touchdown Blue Devils. That kicks that out to 34. As Rossman will come in to try the point after. Clock running. We have the running clock here. Buchard a holder. Snap is back. The kick is up. I think the kick made it to Willoughby Hills, and the kick is good. So, Devils get on the board after the turnover.
Boy, that field announcer's really having a nice time, didn't he? Here,
He's having a blast.
well, he's a new papa, so he.
A grandpapa.
He's a new papa. He sure is.
Yeah, congratulations to PA announcer Scott Tennant. You know, he's having a good week. You know, he's a new grandfather. Yesterday, you know, his son gets recognition at the Guardians game. By the way, 5-0 Guardians in the 4th inning down in Tampa Bay. A long shot yet for the postseason, but, you know, as Yogi used to say, it ain't over till it's over. So Rossman will be teeing it up here. The clock is temporarily stopped because of the teams changing field. As Cortez Cole is now back deep along with Pytel and Taylor. As Rossman has it teed up, now the clock is back running. 7:40 to go here in quarter number 3. High end over end kick. And Pytel's going to watch it land in the end zone once again. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hurricanes starting at their own 20-yard line. 35-0 Blue Devils. Mark, I'll say that again. Like a couple weeks ago, 35 points by the Blue Devils and just over a half. And I doubt the Browns will get 35 points in the first half of the season. So, Mr. Facebook, if you're out there, meet me behind the Wickliffe Public Library and we'll talk about it. My buddy Danny Rowan's over there thinking I'm going to throw tomatoes at him. All right, Hurricanes break the huddle as the sophomore quarterback Vega still operating out of a shotgun formation. They've got Pytel in the pistol about 5 yards behind him. They hand it to Pytel, who's met in the backfield, breaks a tackle, trying to get wide to the right side. He's going to get met back at about the 17-yard line, where good pursuit there by the Devils defense, led by really good pursuit there.
Trey Jackson, once again, he's the one that slowed him down at first.
And Corbin Haas was in there with him.
And so Jimmy Feaster picked him up over here, and then Jackson came all the way down the line to clean up on the tackle.
I tell you, their linebacking crew, Mark, are very quick, very quick. 2nd and 12, they mark the ball back at the 18. Probably passing situation. No, they hand it to Pytel again, who's going to get met run out of bounds at about the 19-yard line there, where number 9, Nick Oboski for the Blue Devils, as well as number 11, Elijah John. Good pursuit by the defense tonight, as we'll see what they dial up. Now they've marked it back at the 20-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Hurricanes. They have been able to get some guys open in the secondary, so we'll see if Vega has time to throw. He does have some good wide receivers, but I'm going to guess you're going to see the Devils bring the house on this 3rd and long. Clock coming down to about 5:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Running clock. Yep, here come the Devils. As Vega fires, completes it. He's got, looks like a first down, as run out of bounds. I think was Taylor at about the 31-yard line, as he was able to get open there in the left flat. Be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes.
Well, I tell you what, I think Jane Johnson probably made a great play there, because he was the only one out there. They had brought the house, and it was one-on-one, and did a really good job of knocking the receiver out and only limiting him to 10 yards, or he could still be running.
Yep. They set up with 1 wide left, 1 wide right. They got 2 in the backfield in a bit of a pistol formation. The snap back, they hand it to the up back, who's going to get met in the backfield. Yep, that was number 44, Justin Lewis. Yeah, Corbin Haas again. Haas tonight's also been able to get some good penetration into the backfield, as they're going to give that a loss of 2 on the play. Mark, I'm surprised that the Hurricanes haven't tried a little bit of razzle-dazzle or something to try to throw off, the pursuit of Wickliffe, as the Devils have basically had their way at the line of scrimmage.
Just get their guys going.
Vega fires, completes it, and basically brought down at about the 32, 33-yard line. They completed it again, I think, out to Lewis. No, I'm sorry, Lyle Taylor. My bad. It was a gain of about 4 on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and 8. They need to get out to about the 41 for a first down. Clock coming up on 3:30 to go here in the. We have a personal foul against Brooklyn. That's going to back them up 15 yards. I thought after the tackle there was a little bit of pushing and shoving, but
they did pull. Jackson did pull one of his teammates back, single-digit number back there, and I'm not sure who it was.
But whoever got whatever it is, they caught whoever it was for Brooklyn, and they've marked them all the way back to like the 17-yard line. Boy, that stings.
And I believe that's a first and only penalty for the Hurricanes
I think you're right, Mark. I think that's the first penalty against Brooklyn. So now it's going to bring up so it's second. They marked it back to second down, 2nd and 24.
And a mile.
I thought it happened after the play, which it should be a 3rd down.
No, and I think that's what the coach is saying. Or no, sorry.
Well, the Brooklyn coach is on the field probably trying to get some kind of clarification.
What happened?
Right. Mark, I'd have to say, if we have to give a grade to the gentleman in the zebra outfits, I'm going to give him a C-.
And we're coming down to 2 minutes to go.
And the clock is running. So something like this, they should stop the clock while they at least inform the coach as to what the heck is going on. Now the ball's been moved. The ball was at the 17. Now it's 2nd and 22. No, now they've marked it 2nd and 24. All right. Maybe it's a dynamic scoreboard. Who knows? 1:39 to go as they stay in a shotgun formation. The snap is back. Vega looking to throw. He's under pressure. He sets, he fires, and he throws it. Completes it to one of his guys who's on the bench. I'm not kidding. So it'll be incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 24 with the running clock, as the third quarter is going to probably mercifully, well, I don't know what that was.
There's a firework over to your 1 o'clock.
Nice full moon.
Oh, yeah, we had some clouds over the moon a little bit ago. So now
Yep.
it's clear as day.
So the Hurricanes break the huddle. They've got Bentley Cox wide on the right side. And looks like Givens back in on the left side. Looks like they'll be throwing on this one. They hand it off to the pistol back, who's made a nice gain out to about the 27-yard line. I'll get you a name and number here in a moment.
Ball carrier is number 5, Kalen Kidd.
Number 5, that was Kalen Kidd. Sorry about that. Gets the ball on out to the. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. The clock is winding down. So it'll be 4th and about 14 when we get back here to start the fourth quarter. So after 3 in the books here, folks, the score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 35 and the Brooklyn Hurricanes nothing. Mark, you almost wonder if the Devils will save some of these points for next week, or, the following weeks, as they're going to need it. I want to remind everybody, tomorrow night, the All Alumni Reunion will be happening at the Wickliffe INA Hall. For some of you, if you're wondering, about a month ago there was an All 70s reunion, which happened normally in the past. It had been happening at a club out in Menor known as Deekers, but this year we were able to bring it back to Wickliffe. The two reunions are not the same; they're not tied into one another. This one is for anyone that attended Wickliffe High or the Wickliffe schools. Tomorrow from 6 to 11, Wickliffe INA Hall. You can get tickets online by way of the Alumni Association or at the door. There'll be $15 at the door, $10 online if you do it tonight. So as we're about ready to get back to action, the Hurricanes will be in a punting situation. Back in punt formation is number 6, Lyle Taylor. Back for the Blue Devils is Frankie Bukar, and I believe Ralph Jackson standing at about their 45-yard line. Snap is back. High snap. Taylor gets a nice kick. Picked up there by, looked like Jackson. Oh, I'm sorry, Jaden Johnson. And Vega runs him out of bounds in Hurricane territory at about the Brooklyn, looks like they're going to mark it at about the Brooklyn 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils right at the 40.
Nice return. Great return from Wickliffe.
And Mark, I'm going to wonder at some point if, although it looks like Frankie's going in at quarterback, just wondering at some point if we'll start to see some of the freshmen get in with them sitting on a 35-0 lead.
There is a JV game tomorrow at Brooklyn.
And therefore the Blue Devils on and off the field with Jay Straley, who's now lining up in the backfield. Devils better hurry or they're going to get caught for delay of game. Snap. They give it to the up man, Jackson, who basically was lined up as a fullback in a T formation. Goes up the middle for a good 10 yards, down to about the 30. Horrible spot. They marked it at about the 33. He made the 31 easily, but it'll be 2nd down, 3 yards to go. Devils are in no hurry, sitting on a 35-point lead. 9:55 to go in this one. Devils break the huddle. Again, looks like they're showing a different look, as this time they're in an I formation. Everybody lined up in an I, Frankie underneath center, going to keep it himself.
It's an option.
30, running an option, and gets pulled down at about the 25-yard line. It'll be good enough for a first down. That time the Devils set up where all three running backs were lined up in an I behind the quarterback, Buchar, who was up under center. So nice to see different formations that the Devils are employing this season. The ball actually being marked at about the 24-yard line. Frankie making his way back to the huddle after getting the play call from Coach Purcello. See how they line up this time. Now they're back in the good old classic full house backfield. Jackson in the familiar fullback spot. They flip it to him. No, I'm sorry, it's number 8. And running it in for the touchdown, my bad, is Elijah Fitch, who's a freshman. 24-yard touchdown run as the Devils push it out.
And there's one of the Hurricanes down at about the 25-yard line. So it's going to delay this kick. Looks like they're working on the left leg of the young man.
So with 8:22 to go in this one, obviously for an injury, the running clock is stopped. We'll just wait until the injury situation is taken care of. Mark, I have to tell you, that young man, Elijah Fitch, a freshman, a big boy, and he's run the ball well tonight. We're going to have him around for a few years, and that's, it's wonderful when we see the future Blue Devils get going. And up on his feet is Carson Westerhold as he's being helped off gingerly by the training staff for the Brooklyn Hurricanes. Hope he's okay. And when we get back to action, it'll be Drew Rossman will be on for the point after.
And they start the clock as the Blue Devils go out. Looks like, now the rest of special teams is coming back. They started, I thought they wound the clock, though.
Yeah, the clock is running. And
I guess the Hurricanes weren't out on the field yet. Still talking with Coach Sharp.
now they're making their way back out on the field for the point after. On that possession, the Devils employing a whole different look. You know, an interesting I formation and then a full house backfield, of which they set up Fitch as the fullback, and he took it in from 24 yards for the latest Devils score. The running clock is now inside of 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Snap is back, kick is up, and the kick is good. So, Mark, if the band isn't going to cue it up, I might have to do the fight song.
They heard you.
That's Mark's nightmare.
right.
Mark, they're right there going, Coach might put Eastwind and Jake in.
He might put you and me in. And I have a bad knee.
For a 5 p.m. matchup with the Crestwood Red Devils. And then this Thursday, September 11th.
All right, folks. Clock running, 5:45 to go here in this one. Rossman's got it teed up. Back standing at his goal line is number 11, Dominic Pytel. Devils have kept him busy tonight.
Once again, deep for Brooklyn, it's Lyle Taylor, Dominic Pytel, and Cortez Cole. Awaiting the kick.
Rossman has it teed up. This time he's kicking into the wind. High end over end kick. Taylor gets it at about the 12, tries to get wide on the left side. He's going to get run out of bounds at about the 23-yard line there as number 13, Cole Vanetta, was there to run him out of bounds, and it'll be setting up the next possession for the Hurricanes.
You know, Frank, most high school kickers, that would have been a good kick for them.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think for Drew, I think he's a little mad at himself or his leg's tired because he didn't get it out of the end zone this time.
Well, but remember, this period he is kicking into the wind. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. The ball's going to be marked right at the 25-yard line. Hurricanes probably trying to see if they can get like a moral victory by at least getting some points on the board. This time they send wide to the left side, Cortez Cole. Pytel in the pistol behind the quarterback, Vega. Man in motion, the ball is snapped high, knocked on the ground. Vega sets, he fires, completes the pass out to about the 40-yard line. Nice play by the quarterback, Vega. That's going to be good for a first down. Zivnoska there on the coverage to bring him down, but nice reception there by, looked like number 8, Alejandro Perez, as the snap went. Now what? They're moving the ball into Wickliffe. Mark, was there a penalty? I never saw any flag.
I didn't either.
Well, okay, the ball's been now moved to the Wickliffe 44-yard line. No indication whatsoever from the officiating crew of a penalty. As they hand it to Pytel, who's going to he goes over right tackle, gets inside the 40 to about the Wickliffe 38-yard line. As Oboski brings him down. It'll bring up a second down and about 5. Clock is down to 2:40 to go in this one. 42-0 Blue Devils. Vega looking, throwing long, and incomplete as it falls incomplete back at about the 8-yard line, and he threw into double coverage as he was looking there deep for Lyle Taylor, and Johnson was one of the Blue Devils back there in coverage along with Zivnoska.
I think I got a few of the younger guys in there.
Yep, now's the time to let them get some varsity time. 2 minutes to go before this one is mercifully over. 42-0 Wickliffe. They hand it to running back number 4, who is Bentley Cox. Oh, I'm sorry, Kalen Kidd. As he gets down there, he's got a first down as he gets down to about the Wickliffe 30-yard line. This drive aided and abetted by some unknown 15-yard penalty that none of us know what was. We're down to about minute 20, and the Hurricanes are not in any rush to get the play in or called as they send Cortez Cole wide to the left side, and they've got Taylor wide to the right side, And they have Kidd in the backfield. Vega looking. He sets. Looking long. Incomplete. Down at about the 5-yard line. As we're under a minute to go here in this one.
Taylor just goes and gets the ball out onto the track.
Yep.
While the clock runs. He's like, I'm done.
Yep. It's like, we need to get back to the southwest side of Cleveland, folks. Down to about 30 seconds to go. This may be the last play of the game, depending on what happens here. Is Kidd lines up to the right side of the quarterback, Vega. They put a man in motion as they hand it to Kidd, trying to get wide to the left side. Breaking tackles. He's going to get brought down at about the 15-yard line.
That's going to do it.
And I think that's going to do it as the clock is winding down to 3 zeros. And your Wickliffe Blue Devils are victorious tonight at Wickliffe Memorial Field by a score of 42-0 against the Brooklyn Hurricanes. The Blue Devils will now move to 3-0. The Hurricanes will drop to 0-3 as the teams congratulate each other at midfield. We wish Brooklyn all the best for the rest of their season. And if you hang with us here, folks, as it become a tradition, the Devils will all head over to the sideline here where the cheerleaders and the band are going to assemble, and or maybe not. They normally go over here and do the alma mater. Well, it looks like the team is all gathering at about the 20-yard line. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. We'll be back in 2 weeks when the Independence Blue Devils will be here to face the Wickliffe Blue Devils. That's a game that I guarantee you the Blue Devils will win. Looks like a team photo being taken there. So the weekend mark is off to a great start.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. All we need to do is see the Buckeyes do it tomorrow, and then I don't give a damn about Sunday. No, the team is going to come down here to about the 20-yard line, as is marching the swing band. They will assemble. They will honor the victory tonight, 42-0 over Brooklyn. They'll celebrate by playing the alma mater of our beloved high school, or better now, upper school, from the campus of Wickliffe. There's a group of happy Blue Devils and fans. Well, folks, that'll pretty much do it for Mark and I tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks when Independence is here. Mark, any final thoughts?
I'm bringing a jacket next time.
Yep,
but
no, I should have told you I brought a sweatshirt. You could have had that.
No, we're good. It's just another good win. 3 weeks in a row, and I think we've only given up about less than 20 points for the entire season.
22 points. They gave up 22 to Shaw last week, and they shut out Oberlin, and now they've shut out Brooklyn.
So just a great effort. It's great to be 3-0, especially going into this stretch of games here coming up soon where it's going to be a little tough, and it will be tough next week at Cuyahoga Heights. And the challenges just keep on coming, and especially the next few weeks after that. And when the Independence Blue Devils get here and the Kirtland Hornets get here, and then we go to Chagrin Falls, it will be a good test for the next few weeks for us. I think it will be.
And you know what? If you have aspirations to go deep into the playoffs, obviously you got to win those games. But those are the types of teams you're going to be facing.
Yeah, and you've got to, if you're going to get in the playoffs, you've got to at least play them well.
Yep. So for Mark Tennant, I'm Frank Foti. I want to thank you for joining us as tonight, the final from Wickliffe Memorial Field, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 42 and the Brooklyn Hurricanes nothing. Have a great night and weekend, everybody.